Hey guys, 2 in the live, 0 likes. Fulham just won 2-0. I'm going to reveal an incredible code here. Much love to Chuck. This is Chuck's code, who's on my website, phenomenal coder. And then I did the in-play stuff. This is beyond insane. Beyond insane. So before I get into the code, I'm just going to let you know that in, what time is it now? 10:08. So in just under 2 hours, over on Mark Atwood's channel, there's going to be a video posted of our discussion. Wait, there's a cat. There's a cat. There's a cat outside my house. What's up? What's up? Sorry about that. There's a cat right by my window, and Kenya loves cats. It's a beautiful ginger cat. Wow, 16 in the live, 3 likes. We know the Chiefs and the Eagles coming in the Super Bowl 57, 16 and 3. It's why Arsenal drew today. They stayed on 16 wins and got their 3rd draw. So everything's connected. So anyways, what I was saying was yesterday I had a chat with a guy called Mark Atwood. Amazing guy. First time I'd ever spoken to him. And over on his channel, in about, I don't know, an hour and 45 minutes, our discussion's going to be there. It's only an hour and 20 minutes. You know, the illusion usually talks forever. But he is a father of 5, so we cut it short, which was probably a good thing. Sometimes I talk too much. So you'll want to check that out. Let me know if the link works. I've just opened my window to the cat. So let's see if he or she, I'm not sure, jumps in. The issue now, me doing this, is it might keep coming. Especially if I give it some milk. I've offered it some milk. Let's see what happens. We had one show up like that too. Sounded exactly the same. Best cat we have ever had. He's starving. Yeah. I'm trying to get the cat in. Let me try and get the cat in. All right. And what? Should I give it some tuna? I've got loads of tuna. I'm still in my pajamas. Hey, ¿quieres atún? Come here. Come here. Come on. Want some tuna? Does that mean yes or no? Hi. Come here. Come here. Okay. I've left my door and window open. So if it comes in, it comes in. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'll give it a 10 of tuna, if so. Illusion about to sing Pussycat Dolls. Don't you wish your girlfriend was a bloke like me? Don't you wish your girlfriend was trans like me? Don't you? So the movie Mission Impossible Fallout, the picture shows the Eiffel Tower. World War III starts in Paris. Interesting stuff. How you doing, Lady Hawk? Much love to you. I'm happy. I'm healthy. Got 26 in the live, 6 likes. Pope Francis, the 266th Pope. This whole code was connected to Francis and the Vatican, which I'll get into. I hope you're well. I want to call in, brother. I'm not going to be long today, 6079 Smith. I just want to bash out this code and leave. I've been working all morning. Next time, absolutely. Adam, did you see John Cena in a skirt? Yes. It's not the first time Cena has been in a skirt. Don't fall for this. Again, I try to go to a different level. It's not a humiliation ritual. It's not a guy getting forced to be put in a dress. All right? It is a genetic female showing you who they really are. People like Cena, The Rock, all of these A-listers, Harry Styles, who get put in dresses are more comfortable in a dress than they are in men's clothing. So it's not some silly humiliation ritual that they get put through to stay at the top of Hollywood. That's nonsensical. It's showing you who they are. All right? So realize that. John Cena is a female, and I've shown you how it can be done now. If you haven't watched my Ronaldo video, I've shown you how it can be done. There's 25 of us in here. Can everyone give him a like? And I appreciate being active, the least egotistical truth creator in the community. The thing with that 6079 Smith, I think you're absolutely incredible at what you do. But by calling yourself the least egotistical truth creator in the community is egotistical. I'm working on my ego every single day. I'm still guilty of coming across arrogant at times. But again, I can't expect to be perfect. So how are you doing, Anfield Road End? Woo! 97's the 25th prime. On 9725 will be a total lunar eclipse. 126 days later will be 10126, 101 the 26th prime. Exceptional stuff. Adam, what do I think of Tiger Woods? Female with a demon inside of her. Simple as that. Don't think Tiger wins anything. Again, called that a while ago. Don't believe he was in a car accident. I did a video about it. It was all connected to the Super Bowl. That's why Tiger crashed in LA and then the Rams beat the Bengals. I did a video on that. I know he's coming back for Genesis, which is all biblical when you study the book of Genesis. I'm good. Packing for New Orleans. Oh, amazing. One place in the US that I have regret that I've never been. It could change if they change all the restrictions. I'm going to fly to New Orleans. I love jazz music. I love the food. I've heard the energy there is incredible. Obviously, I'm not going to go during hurricane season. Tiger Woods born 3 days before the GOAT's first game. Kind of like Putin born 3 days before Obama. That's incredible. Ego has to be pushed down daily. You've just got to tame your ego. Ego's important. You've got to tame it. Don't let your ego ride you. You've got to ride your ego. And I used to let my ego ride me. Not really anymore, to be honest. So let's crack on. All right. Let's crack on with this. Oh, well, thank you very much. I didn't understand your comment that I'm the least egotistical in the truth community. I don't know about that. I think there's people with egos smaller than mine. I still have it. But I appreciate that. I feel like for what I've done and what I've revealed and like my sports picks around 80% every month, it would be very easy for me to have a huge ego. But I don't want to do that. I think that's a trap. I also think it's a trap when you get into arguments with people now. And that's why I don't respond to anybody on YouTube, really. Some guy wanted to have a debate with me saying Ronaldo is blatantly a man. I was like, no, I'm not having a debate. I'm not going to do that. You have your opinion. That's fine. I have mine. I'm not debating you. I don't need to debate you. So the Holy Spirit has humility. Exactly, Gary. All right, let me... Hey, Chigozi, always smile when that guy's in the chat. All right, what a guy. What a great guy. If you're not on his channel, guys, check him out. If you like what I do, you'll like what he does. Simple as that. So let me break down this Fulham game. This is more than a Premier League game. This is going to teach you about the history of Vatican City, okay, and the Catholic Church. So It's been almost a year since I've been on one of your streams. How's things going? Wow. Life's great. Life's going really well for me. I've got a beautiful balance in my life between work and a girlfriend and staying fit and active. Yeah, life's very good. I hope you're doing well. All right, let's crack on. Let's crack on with this. Fulham, they beat Forest today. They were minus 110, so basically even money. The game was played on 2/11, February the 11th. Huge date with Vatican City. So this is the code. Fulham can get their 10th league win. Forest can get their 10th league loss. And the game was on the 10-year anniversary of lightning striking Basilica. So on February the 11th, 2013, when Benedict stepped down as Pope, lightning struck the Basilica twice, all right? Which is crazy, right before Francis became the Pope. And that was exactly 10 years ago. So Fulham just got their 10th win of the season in the league, and Forest got their 10th loss. Yeah, I read books, but I prefer to write a book. So today, you have this wild satanic numbers. So we know in gematria, Satan equals 55, 10, and 35. Fulham got their 35th point in the league. 10, the square root is 100. Lightning equals 155, and 55 is the 10th Fibonacci triangular number. Also, Baphomet equals 35. So we know Messi works for the devil. He worships the Baphomet. The Baphomet is a goat, human and a goat with both genitalia. That's why Messi's the goat. And that's why he won the World Cup at age 35. So this game was 156 days after the Queen died. 9/11's the 156th prime. It's also exactly 35 months after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. And 35 months, guys, is 2 years and 11 weeks exact. And today's date is 2/11. All right. And it's the 10-year anniversary of lightning striking Basilica. And remember, Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. And today was 156 days after her death. And 9/11's the 156th prime. Like, seriously? Forest, they stayed on 6 wins and 6 draws in the league. That's the 66. The book of Revelation is the 66th and final book of the Bible. The Church of Satan was founded in 66. All right? Absolutely wild. Messi won the World Cup 6 months and 6 days before he turns 36. Number of the beast equals 66. Nottingham Forest stayed on 66 Premier League wins. Fulham got their 6th league home win and 21st home point. 21 is the 6th triangular number, and 216 is 6 times 6 times 6. 6 is the 3rd prime number, and Fulham stayed on 3 home losses after picking up a valuable 3 points. You have to ask yourself, why are Fulham doing so well? Look at their squad. It's a championship squad. Why are they doing so well? Why are Newcastle doing so well? All right. Why are Liverpool and Chelsea struggling? All the code. Somebody's talking about Leicester beating Spurs 4-1. Ask yourself how Tottenham just beat the best team in the world, Man City, and then get spanked 4-1 by a team in the bottom half. The reason they lost 4-1 was the code. All right. I'll explain why Arsenal drew. I've told you all, I think more than anybody, do not bet on the early game in the Premier League unless you're backing double chance on the underdog. We have another example. I'm telling you, could have a small fortune. Chelsea drew 1-1 with West Ham. So often that opening game is a 1-1 draw and the favourite doesn't win. And it destroys people's accumulators or parlays. And then they go chasing their money. And then you get an upset like Arsenal drawing. And then they'll probably go into a later game chasing that money. And they might get it back. So they're giving all their energy for what? Wild. So the big thing about today is it's the 42nd day of the year. If you watched my NBA code yesterday, I've been near enough perfect in the NBA for 5 months. The Pistons, they stayed on 42 losses, and the Spurs got their 42nd loss coming into today, which is the 42nd day of the year. More often than not, it's coming in to the date. So there was lots of teams that could have got to 42 points today, and I see through it. Spurs could have beat Leicester to get to 42 points. I wasn't having it. There was a lot of other teams in other leagues that could have got to 42 points. They didn't. Hey, how you doing, Eric? So you can't just look at surface. You've got to do codes at this level, like this. All right, so today is the 42nd day of the year. The beast reigns for 42 months. The Fulham coach got his 42nd Premier League win. He stayed on 52 Premier League losses. Devil equals 52 in gematria, as does Pope. And it was Pope Gregory who gave us the 52-week Gregorian calendar, although I believe it was Satan that gave us that calendar. I really do. So, crazy stuff. Lightning equals 44. Fulham got their 44th head-to-head win. Forest, they got their 89th Premier League loss. And we know the Queen died on 8-9. 89 is the 24th prime. Forest remained on 24 points, and they did that on the 42nd day of the year, which is a reflection. 89 is the 11th Fibonacci number. The Queen died on 8-9, and she was buried 11 days after her death. That's why the last goal of the game was scored by number 11, Solomon. I'll get to that later in my in-play code. So 11 connects to 66 because 66 is the 11th triangular number. And Forest, they stayed on those 66 Premier League wins and 6 wins and 6 draws this season. Fulham last beat Forest 3-2, 21 weeks and 1 day before this game, which was on 2-11. All right. And if you look at the goal scorers for Fulham, guys, Willian, who doesn't have a Willie, opened the scoring. He wears number 20. Solomon wears number 11. He made it 2-0. 20 and 11, like 2-11 on 2-11. And 20 plus 11 is 31, the 11th prime. Pope in gematria gets you 11. Jesus gets you 11. The last goal of the game was scored by number 11 for his first goal for Fulham. Really? Just wow. Wow. Forest stayed on 6 league wins. Fulham got their 6th home win. Told you the coach got his 42nd Premier League win. 4 plus 2 is 6. Just wild. By the way, Fulham's next goal that they score is going to be a big one because it's going to be their 666th Premier League goal. Charles is an invert. Camilla's a bloke. Yep, no doubt about it. Who have you got winning the title, Adam? Yep, I've got it on my website. Adam today's 2-11, 47th prime. Kamala Harris' mum died on 2-11. She would be the 47th president. Yes, that's good stuff. I still think it's going to be Trump coming back. 55 and 555 days from Aleister Crowley's death of the release of the book 1984. 555 days from Craig Allow's birth to Jordan's, who he hit the shot over. 5557 days from Aleister Crowley's death to Jordan's birth. Crazy. And we know all about that monument in Washington, which has the 555 connection. 555 connects to 666 as well. Another question, what happened to your Patreon? On the 20th of June, 2022, 2 months and 6 days after my 36th birthday, Patreon removed my Patreon. No, not Patreon removed my account for no reason other than I was breaking community guidelines. They didn't tell me what they were. It was right after I found the Book of Revelation. It was right after I called multiple futures and practically every daily pick was hitting. They got rid of me and they stole $3,000 from me. Still haven't got that back. So moved on to better and bigger things with a website. I own the domain for 2 years. Probably got another year or so left of it. I have to renew it. They'll probably charge me quite a lot to do that, but I'm all right with that. If I still have a website in the next year and a half, I'll be happy. Who stole the money? Patreon. Patreon deleted my account, no warning, 20 days into it, and never paid me for the month and wouldn't refund anybody who signed up for that month. I went back and forth. People tell me to get a lawyer, but I know how this justice system operates. It's the injustice system. So I just moved on. I said, is this God? Is this the devil? Is it man? Whatever it is, I have to move on. I didn't cry. I didn't get deeply upset. I wasn't even sure if I would set up a website. I kind of said to myself, Adam, you're on the right path. They wouldn't be shutting you down if you're not doing great work. Because I don't present my work like I'm not here swearing and talking about this, and I know how to speak. I know what I can say. Patreon, who were making, what were they making off me? $600 a month they were making off me. As a business, why would you get rid of a guy who all he was doing was basically coding sports and calling out celebrities and doing biblical codes? Yes, I definitely did posts about transhumanism and transgenders, but there's loads of people with Patreons doing that. There's loads of YouTube channels doing that. They got rid of me because they feared what I was doing, or I was moving on to bigger and better things. Much love to Gabriel, the archangel who set up my website with me. Website is much better than Patreon. Yeah, with Patreon, it's a third party. So there's community guidelines. You don't have that on my website. You post whatever you want. Patreon was taking 20% from me. My website takes 9% through PayPal. That's significant. But again, I didn't set up a website so I could make more money. I set up a website because my Patreon got taken down for no reason other than me exposing too much. So whatever happens with me at this point, I've changed the lives of many people and I'm happy with that. So if they get rid of all my stuff, I know I've had an impact. I know that. So I'll sleep well at night knowing that. Are all YouTubers with over 1 million subscribers fake? Yeah. Each and every one of them. I don't know if we can use the term fake, but they're controlled and they're working for the devil. If you have 1 million subs on YouTube, I don't even have 9,000. All right. And again, to the average person, that's a lot. Wow, that's a lot. It's not. It really isn't for what I do, for what I reveal, for what I predict. It's next to none. And I said the only way you find my work is if somebody recommends it. That's it. You will only find my work if somebody says, hey, check out this illusion guy. It's pretty wild. And then most people see the titles of my videos and don't want to watch. Cristiano Ronaldo is a woman. How many people are going to even click on that and take it seriously? They're not. They're just not. The biblical stuff that I do, most people don't care, or at least the algorithms show me that most people don't care. You've enriched my life. You've enriched mine as well, Lady Hawk. Thank you. So Fulham won this game 2-0. And it was all connected to the code. Like most of the time it is. So what's wild about this is Fulham made it 2-0. And the guy who scored was called Solomon, number 11, Solomon. Game, set, and match. Tete leads the charge on the Fulham counter-attack, bursting past his man on the right. He squares for Pereira in the D, who feeds Solomon as the spare man on the left. Solomon takes a touch and finds the near post. So Solomon, like so often in these games, a substitute comes on and scores. And you go, why didn't they start them? Solomon came on after 72 minutes. So this code was all about the Jesuit order and the Pope and Vatican City. And in gematria, Jesuit order equals 72. And Francis became the first openly Jesuit Pope on the 72nd day of 2013. So 2013 was 10 years ago. And Fulham just got their 10th season win, Forest the 10th season loss. And Basilica was struck twice by lightning. Exactly. What was it? It was 2013, yeah, exactly 10 years ago. Absolutely insane. So number 20, Willian opened the scoring. He looks very feminine. And number 11, Solomon closed the scoring on 2-11, so 2011. 2011 is also when Bin Laden supposedly died, and we had the 9/11 in the code. Again, Bin Laden was just some fictional character. Just a fictional character. All right? And I posted this about allies. Okay? Allies. When you break down that word, because when you study the English language, you see what they do. To cast spells on us. So allies. A person, group, or nation that is associated with another or others for some common cause or purpose. So when you break down the word allies, you get all lies. Countries are social constructs and Satan is behind them, as ultimately they divide rather than unite. So all this stuff with allies, it's a joke. It creates divide. Black Lives Matter created divide. The LGBTQ community creates divide. I know how Satan operates. I know the psychology of that guy. So Fulham scored after 17 minutes and 88. And you add up those numbers, it's 105. And Jorge Mario Bergoglio equals 105. That's the Pope's actual name. So it makes no sense that he's called Pope Francis. But it's funny that Francis equals 47, Vatican 47. Obviously, Vatican City founded 211, the 47th prime. The Freemason compass is set at 47 degrees. Your next US president's the 47th. And yeah, the goal scorer is number 20, number 11. Gets you 31, the 11th prime. Today's the 11th day of the month. Chelsea drew 1-1. Arsenal drew 1-1. So you get Solomon scoring his first goal for Fulham. I know all about Solomon in the Bible. So Solomon's known for being the king of Israel who built the first temple in Jerusalem, Solomon's temple. It was also the second after his father David. It's why Solomon for Fulham scored the second goal of the game. This is how deep it is. Whether they know it or not, I'm not even sure they know it at this point. And he was the last king of a unified Israel, which was at the height of its power during his reign. He's known for his stories told in the Bible about his wisdom. I'm telling you, understanding the Bible, the greatest book ever written, that's changed more lives than any other book, brings you wisdom. It's why I have all this wisdom to do what I do, to reveal what I reveal. So this biblical code, and then the guy who seals the game, his last name's Solomon, like Solomon's temple. So yeah, they do love their anniversaries. If you're coding the NBA today, just know today's 211, the 47th prime, and 47's the 15th prime. All right, so if there's plenty of 15s on board today. Told you in the NBA, I've practically been perfect for 5 months. And 15's the fifth triangular number. I really enjoy playing basketball. I really love the game of basketball. I love the transition element to it. I'm decent. I can't dunk or anything like that, but I love basketball. And I think that's the sport I'm best at coding, to be honest with you, since I learned this knowledge. I ought to support your channel more. Pardon me for not being consistent. No, you don't have to apologize for not watching my channel. We all have our own things going on. I don't expect people to watch every video that I put out or leave a comment or praise everything that I do. I appreciate everyone on my website. That allows me to do what I do without being in the matrix. But because I make enough money from that to be able to spend 6, 7, 8 hours a day coding and live streaming and doing interviews and whatever else I do, responding to emails. I discovered your channel for the first time yesterday from G2G, Poncho, Pete, son of a man on YouTube. All right, I don't know who that is. So what I'm going to do, he must have said something nice. I'll subscribe to him. I'll share his work. Oh my word, I've just subscribed. He has 4.21 thousand subs. 4.21. Queen Elizabeth was born 421, April the 21st. Her birthday, 7 days after mine. Wow. See my code yesterday for the Pistons, and they won by 7, all connected to Messi, who scored 7 World Cup goals in 7 games. Final 7 days before Christmas, which is a satanic pagan celebration. 4-2, the 92nd day. 92 divided by 2 equals 46. Yeah, you got Joe Biden, who's the 46th president of the US. 24/6 IPEC Go release, 246th anniversary of America. Yeah, that was great. And Messi was born on 24/6. And modern day Freemasonry was founded 24/6. Yeah, there's something not right with that IPEC goat. I've told you Messi's the goat, and that was released on Messi's birthday. Question: what's your perspective on Christ consciousness? This goes to the chat as well. I believe in this collective consciousness. I believe in black magic, and we can be put under spells. When it comes to Christ consciousness, God created us in his image. So we all have the Holy Spirit within us. But when it comes to Christ consciousness, perhaps that's your pineal gland, your third eye. I think Christ consciousness comes through truth, through being a believer in Jesus Christ. I think that's where you get the wisdom from. When you're a true believer, you don't just say you are, you're a true believer, and you understand scripture, and you don't let anybody try and bring you down when it comes to it. You're so strong in your beliefs. So Christ consciousness, I just think we all have the Holy Spirit within us. All of us. So most teams stay on 15 wins and losses for a few days. I didn't notice that. The Illuminati were founded the 1st of May, which is 1-5. You have an interview, Adam? Yeah, I don't even like to call it an interview. It sounds a bit fancy, doesn't it? It wasn't really an interview. I wasn't applying for a job. So there's a guy called Mark Atwood who's gone through a similar journey to me. But we've had different upbringings. He said he was a bit of an outcast when he was younger. I was the really popular kid at school. I played professional Bradford City. I dated the girl who was in Emmerdale. He was always like an outcast. So this awakening, all right, ultimately we're going to hopefully end up at the same destination, the new kingdom of heaven that's going to be built by Jesus. But you've got kids or adults who are having these awakenings who are so-called nerds. You've got popular people going through it. You've got people who were massive atheists like me now finding God. You've got women going through it. You've even got people in their mid-80s having these awakenings. You've got like Matt Letizia, the Premier League footballer. I'm going to speak about him for a moment. Bradford, good win today. Nice to hear, because my family support Bradford, the majority of them. And obviously I have a soft spot because I spent my youth playing for them. So Mark Atwood's friends with Letizia. And we know Matt Letizia, if you know the Premier League or Soccer Saturday or anything like that, he was working for Soccer Saturday. He played in the Premier League. He had a great career. He has since spoken out about this and about the government and about free will and about a spiritual war that we're in. So big part of me goes, I don't know if I'm convinced. I don't know if I'm convinced this is legit. He's lost everything. He lost his job. But is he controlled, or does Letizia have a big enough impact on the world? So maybe there are celebrities or ex-athletes who are having these awakenings, and because it's God. Everything's God. Every single thing is God. So you have got to listen, learn, and discern. And I watched Mark's interview with Laetitia, and I felt 90% of the interview was genuine. I go off how I feel within my spirit, and I felt like he was being genuine. The only thing I disagreed with was he said the World Cup was in Qatar because it's all about money and FIFA's the most corrupt organization in the world. No, that's the World Health Organization. That's the banking system. And the World Cup was not held in Qatar for money. So when he said that, that made me think, I'm not having that. But then again, 99% of the world who are aware of professional football and watch it believe the World Cup was in Qatar because it's corrupt and because of money. So I think there's definitely a few of them who are not like your Messis, your Ronaldos, your Will Smiths, your DiCaprios, your prime ministers, your presidents, who are genuinely having these awakenings, and it can't be stopped because it's God. I'm trying to stop saying every single celebrity is demonic. The top ones work for Satan and they're inverted. All the top ones, like the very, very, very top. But the C-listers, the D-listers, the Z-listers, nah, there's no way all of them. No way. Yeah, as of now, I'm giving Laetitia the benefit of the doubt. I was going to speak with him, but I was thinking, I'm calling out the Premier League every other day. And then if I start speaking with a Premier League footballer, but again, I shouldn't have to worry about what people think about me. I want to speak to him now at this point, not on YouTube. And I want to look him in his eye. The stuff he was saying, I agreed with 90% of it. All right, he was calling out Black Lives Matter. He was calling out this. He mentioned a little bit about the Masonic lodges with football. He said he got offered to sign up to one of them and he refused. And he just seemed very genuine. I know that Mark is incredibly genuine. And his story. AJ Roberts, amazing guy. He got in contact with me. He's super genuine. He knows Laetitia. I do believe we're all meant to be communicating with each other. So I'm open to speak to pretty much anybody. So trust your spirit and your third eye. Yeah. I told you that's why I turned down all those offers to promote video games. They'd offered me thousands of dollars to do it. I said no. Spirit said no. Financially, it's like, just do it, Adam. Spirit said, no, Adam. So I listened to the Spirit. All right? You can't take your money with you to heaven or to hell. Seeing you on AJ Robertson told me about this channel, impressed so far. I appreciate that. The good thing about my channel is I've been doing this a few years now. And if you're new to it, there's so much content because I pretty much put out a video every day or a live stream. And there's a range of content. So I'm not just focusing on decoding sports. You'll see that if you go through my portfolio. There's something there for everybody, I believe. And I don't expect you to like and agree with everything that I've done and said. And you'll see as well from the beginning of my journey to now, the growth. First year or so of my journey doing the videos, I didn't believe in God. So you'll see how much better I've got since finding God in regards to what I do. The body is a wonderful creation. Yep, Satan's trying to destroy it. That's crazy, Georgie, and deeply disturbing. So, by the way, check out Georgie on Instagram. It's phenomenal, and he gives so much of his time and energy to it. So, you had Arsenal drawing today, and they opened the scoring after 66 minutes. Number of the Beast, 66. Book of Revelation, 66, and final book. Church of Satan, found in 66. Then you've got Ivan Toney, who I've coded, clearly works for the devil. He scored after 74 minutes. Lucifer gets you 74. And we know the US was founded on 7-4. So Look at this. Today's the 11th day of the month. West Ham Chelsea 1-1. Arsenal Brentford 1-1. Crystal Palace Brighton 1-1. Just know, check this out, guys. On the 11th day of every month, if there's games going on in the Premier League on the 11th, just know that at least a few of them are going to finish 1-1. So you can cover them, you're laughing. You can do both teams to score if you bet. Because if you actually look at the games today, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 2-0, 4-1, 2-1. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 games today. 6 of them had both teams to score. How do football players manage to score the minute they want? They're not in control. They're not in control. There's black magic taking place. I've told you, when you code at my level and you see what goes on every single day. Today, Fulham hit the crossbar 3 times. Right? If that game was supposed to finish 2-0, how can you tell these 3 players, I think it was Reed, Pereira, and William, how can you tell them all to hit the woodwork? The timing of the goals are so perfect. They can't be doing this every single day, in every single league, in every single nation. I don't think a lot of them know. I think the top stars, they know that they're working for the devil. And black magic's being used. They know that the devil, Baphomet, Baal are the people who determine the outcomes of these games. They know that, and they know by worshipping these demons, these demonic entities, that they're going to be at the very top of these sports, at the very top of politics. They know that. At this point, I'm not even sure if every Premier League footballer knows what's going on. If they did, guys, you'd have too many people coming out. You won't be able to sleep at night with guilt. Your whole life and career would be a lie. So, again, a lot of them who are inverted as well, they're born into it. They might not even know that they were born a female. They might not even know. Think about it. If they're born into it, and as a child, they go through the surgery, and the whole life they've been told, you're a man. They might not even know they're demonically possessed. The fact is, they are. The fact is, we live in a coded reality. The fact is, God's the creator. He created Satan. Satan's infiltrated the code. Satan could very well be behind gematria. He's created his own code. All right? I'm using it to expose Satan's code. It could very well be Satan's code. Although, obviously, God creates everything, so it's technically his code as well. But it's too perfect. How was the Basilica struck twice by lightning exactly 84 years after Vatican City was founded? How? That's 42 times 2. How on earth is that possible? If it's not biblical. Again, look into Luke 10:18. Know that the NBA season began this season 10:18. That's why recently I said a team would drop to 10:18 on the road. And they did. Adam, will you release a Super Bowl pick for tomorrow? It's all up on my website. My Super Bowl code. The greatest thing about the code is I'm showing you exactly why the Eagles are playing the Chiefs. I've got my pick. It's on the website. The fact is I've shown you in that code, which is, I remember my whole body was tense after it. That's when I do my greatest codes. I'll show you why the Chiefs are playing the Eagles. I might do a live for you before. I'll tell you what I found. Do whatever you want with it. I know last year I called the Rams. I called the exact scoreline of 2023. I called Odell Beckham, first touchdown. I said that a quarterback could fake an injury and come back in. I said all of this. I remember the party I was at as well. And they all thought I was like some sort of magician. I said, how are you doing this? I said, I understand the code. I understand the code. And for example, Arsenal, all right? Premier League, it's football. In the NFL, they also call it football. It's all connected, all right? It makes no sense to call the National Football League football when it's predominantly in the hands of a quarterback or a rusher. So, and again, you make the tackles with your hands. You don't go sliding in with your feet, do you? So, Arsenal drew with Brentford, the Bees. The Bees connect to Queen Elizabeth and the Hornets and Michael Jordan and all of that. So, bees are essential in the ecosystem as well. That's why Bill Gates wants to kill them all. So, you see that Arsenal today drew. All right. And they stayed on 16 wins and they got their third draw. That's that 16-3. And I've told you the Chiefs and the Eagles come into Super Bowl 57 with that 16-3 record. And 163 is the 38th prime. And we just had 38-year-old LeBron break Kareem's record on the 38th day of the year after LeBron scored 38 points. Brady won his last ever Super Bowl, the 38th day of 2021, which I predicted before the season began. So you'll also see now that Arsenal are on 51 points. So the Illuminati were founded May the 1st, 5-1. Remember, England beat Germany 5-1 in Germany 10 days before 9/11, and number 10, Michael Owen, scored a hat-trick. Remember that? Yep. That was on the anniversary of World War II beginning as well, 9/1. So, no, I don't believe like a decent basketball player at college or a decent footballer through the academy can make it without being part of some sort of system or cult. I could be wrong with that. Again, if that is the case, that means Letitia is in on it. If it's all of them. But Satan blurs lines. All right? Again, God's ultimately in control. So anyway, going back to Arsenal, they're on 51 points. Rihanna's headlining the halftime Super Bowl show. She was born on the 51st day of the year, and she's performing exactly 51 weeks after her birthday. His birthday, sorry. So 51. I don't know if it's possible for there to be 51 points in the Super Bowl. I haven't done the math in my head. But 51's huge. Brady won Super Bowl 51, the biggest comeback in the history of a Super Bowl. 25 points down. So look for 51s in some capacity. Love listening to your code, and I appreciate that. The wolf is dwelling with the lamb. The lion was laying with the lamb, chilling. The wolf is looking lunch. Yep. The inner party from the book, 1984. There is no past, no future, only the present. Yep. Yep. In reality, you could say, well, time, there is the past, the present, the future. You've got all the threes, haven't you? Past, present, the future, solid, liquid, gas. You've got so many connections with threes. They do everything in threes, the Holy Trinity. It's wild. So that's why Arsenal drew. And notice that they opened the scoring after 66 minutes. And then the game finished 1-1. And 66 is the 11th triangular number. So when you see that, you go, wait, Scott, after 66 minutes, it's 1-0. Wow, it could be 1-1 this, 66, the 11th triangular number. And it was. Have I coded UFC fights? Yes, right nearly every time. Don't like doing it because I don't like the thought of people watching two guys or two girls beat each other up. It makes me cringe. I've never been into UFC for that reason, even before I had my awakening. It's never into boxing, really. I was always impressed by their cardiovascular fitness. No doubt about it. I watched Amir Khan sparring in LA in Freddie Roach's gym, where Manny Pacquiao trained. And I couldn't believe the level of his cardio. Zach is live. I haven't watched Zach's stuff for I don't know how long. I'll never watch his stuff again. Yeah, there's 3 strikes in baseball, 3 holes in a bowling ball. Got 3 periods in hockey, 3 points for a field goal in the NFL. You get 3 points for winning a football game. Women's tennis, best out of 3 sets. What other threes do you have? There's way more. In darts, you have 3 darts. It's funny, the highest score you can get is 180 from 360s. 666. Put it in the red. Yeah, hat tricks, 3 goals, hat trick, connects to magic. 3-point kick in rugby. Yeah, there's definitely a few more of them, which I should know off the top of my head. The good thing for me, I've loved sports my whole life, and I've been good at them all. So I've got a lot of knowledge of pretty much all professional sports, which has helped me with my coding, so I can code every sport there is. Yeah, hat trick and magic. Yeah. You know what? I've got to go, but I'm going to take this phone call. It's 6079 Smith. I'm only taking this because I respect him so much. Then I have to go. I'm still in my pajamas. Brother, I'm taking this call because I respect you a ton. I was about to leave, but I'm taking this call because of all the work you do in the comments for me. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Gonna have a day. Gonna go meet my friend at 3, just after 3. It's 11 o'clock. But I wanna go swim and have a workout and stop looking at a screen. To be honest with you, but
that sounds like a good idea.
How are you, brother?
I'm good.
Good lad. So, Lady Hawk, who's an amazing woman in the chat, she just said hi to you. She's
Well, hello.
Yeah, she's really good. Like when it comes to expressing herself with words, like written down, she's outrageously talented. All right, go on. What have you got for me?
I don't even know why I called. I thought I'd see if you'd even answer the call. I don't necessarily. I have some newer stuff or whatever. I wanted to call and say that I appreciate you. I think you said to read my comment and that it made more sense for you. I want to say how much I appreciate just the person that you are in the truth community. You're not a divisive person. It's not that, hey, Adam the Illusion has all the knowledge, and you guys can hear that firsthand from Adam. He's a good dude. He knows the Creator. I don't think he ever tries to push it like he's the biggest Christian on the face of the earth.
Nope.
But I think he's in tune with reality, and that reality's rigged, and that we are in a trap, and there's one way out of this. And I think Adam is a good person to reveal that to people and for people to realize that from. And I appreciate just the way that you present your work. I think you do it in a good way.
You're giving me actual chills here. Can you just confirm with the audience that I didn't pay you to do this?
I almost said that as I started to. So I don't know if anybody's familiar with me. I don't care if people are, but I was on his thing last night, and I'm listening to, and I got, like I've said in his own chat, I got nothing bad to say about Zach. He doesn't want to believe in God. That's his thing.
Yeah.
I can't make him.
Exactly.
I can't make his subscribers. I wish they would. And so I've branched out to some different areas, and but I was watching this thing you had last night, and it looked like the girl was AI generated, and her name was Allie. You take the L out, just like you take the L off Kamala Harris's middle name, and it spells devil.
Yeah, that's true.
And I was like, what is this girl AI? Because it seems so fake. Adam has not asked me to say that. He's not paid me to say it.
No.
I appreciate Adam. He is a good dude, and if you look at the way he presents it to a lot of the other people in the truth community, it's, I have everything, you're nothing. I appreciate you. I didn't necessarily call in with a ton of information and throw a bunch of numbers at you. I appreciate what you do, Adam. I appreciate the way you present it. I think it's good. I just read a comment on somebody else's. They were reviewing you, which kind of lets you know you made it a little bit. And they were reviewing your channel, and you're one of the most entertaining people in the truth community. I don't think you're ever trying to go at somebody else. I've never seen you make a video saying, "Look at this other person in the community." You're more saying, who cares about that? Look at this.
I called out, like, when I was in my egotistical stage and somewhat arrogant stage. I did do a video about Zach. mocking his sports picks. I'm beyond that now. So it's all about growth. Like, I ain't gonna sit here acting like I've never called anybody out and never acted like I'm better than other people. I've been guilty of that many times in my whole life. I am definitely, the more I study the Bible, the more I speak to people like you, the more I get closer to the Creator, I realize that that's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. So yeah. I do my work. I don't even so much necessarily do it now to inspire everybody, to change people's views. I put out what feels right. I do codes and lives and write songs and posts and whatever it may be, if it feels right to me. So I'm past trying to prove how good I am to people, not because I believe that I am that good that I don't care what people think. It's the only person that can truly judge me is God, and that I focus my energy there. I love to reveal the code. I love to have people like you. I love to read out your codes. But whatever's going on with Zach or whoever else is doing this or whatever they want to say about me, they're entitled to say whatever they want about me. And I just now won't respond. And then if people watch my stuff, they can make their own judgment. Simple as that. And if they don't like me, that's fine as well.
Your work speaks for itself, and I think there's a large group in the community that it's like, hey, you either conform. It's just I don't know if it's paid bots or what it is, but like I said, I wanted to call in. I didn't know if you'd take the call. I didn't.
Well, it was next to me. I was about to leave, and I recognize your number that pops up. I was like, nah, this guy, day in, day out, puts incredible codes. And he doesn't have to do that.
Can I give you two quick ones? One's a code and one's
100%.
Something else that I wish you could look at someday.
100%.
So one thing is there's a guy named Dr. Longo on YouTube, and he does some fantastic work with Florida being the Garden of Eden. There's 27 of the 28 tree species that are mentioned in the Garden of Eden are in this certain valley in Florida. I find it fascinating.
Do you think that's why
this guy has all the answers?
Do you think that's why Tom Brady won Super Bowl 55 on 2-7 in Tampa?
Possibly.
You said something about 27.
And I used to, I posted a year ago to you, Alabama, Cubama, Roll Tide, Allah. And I'm like, that's his faith. And I mean, just look at his videos. It's some interesting stuff. So one other real quick one, and I'll let you go. But I found this yesterday. I did it as a community post for my channel. But 248th day is 5-9 in everywhere but the U.S. They call it 5-9, which would be September 5th. 24859 days from the creation of the Magic Kingdom until Magic announced that he had the disease, and 24859 days from the release of the book 1984 until the release of Jay-Z's 444 album. I don't know.
And you know, Jay-Z.
440 days from 1984 to Obama's birth.
That's incredible. Jay-Z has the 444 album, yeah?
Yeah.
So, and that was his 13th, wasn't it? It was his 13th studio album. So check this out. Jay-Z's from New York, yeah? Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. All right. He's always repping the Yankees hat. So Jay-Z, he released the album Blueprint, didn't he? It's his most successful album. And he released that 9/11, 2001. Blueprint is a master plan. And if you're going back to his album 444, so do you know all about the World Trade Center bombings in 1993? Well, can you hear me? Oh, it's gone. Wow. Anyway, it's talking about Jay-Z's 444 album, and the World Trade Center bombings were in 1993, exactly 3,119 days before 9/11, and 3,119 is the 444th prime. And Jay-Z has an album called 444, and he also has Blueprint, and the Blueprint's a master plan, and he released it 9/11, 2001. Okay? Jay-Z is connected to all these biblical numbers, as is Beyonce. Boy once. Okay? It's wild. All right? Wild. It just cut off. I don't know why. Not too sure it cut out, but the day before Kobe's first game, Jay-Z releases Reasonable Doubt. See, guys, there's a lot of reasonable doubt how Kobe died, if Kobe died. All right? And we know that Jay-Z is always at basketball games. All of these rappers, Jay-Z, Drake, Snoop, they all work for the devil, guys, in different forms of entertainment. They're all connected. They're not separate. Just like we're not separate from each other. We're all one. We're all one. So, much love, 6079 Smith. That gave me chills, what you said about me. You didn't have to do that. But again, I've always said in life, it's nice when you get a pleasant surprise. Don't play along as well with Valentine's Day, guys. Again, listen to your heart when it comes to that. If you're thinking about a loved one, go tell them you love them. You don't have to buy them a gift or take them out for dinner. Don't wait for Valentine's Day. Don't fall for that. All right. And if your wife or your girlfriend says, "Why didn't you buy me a card? Where's my flowers?" Just explain that. Explain that Valentine's Day is about St. Valentine's Day massacre, where St. Valentine got his head chopped off. Just say that's what Valentine's Day is. Because most people don't. I never knew that. You just play along with it. You give people a card, Happy Valentine's Day, give them a kiss, some chocolates. But it always felt like, I remember when I had my girlfriends growing up, it's like, oh no, it's Valentine's Day. That means I've got to go spend about $5 on my girlfriend. When I was younger, I was like, nightmare. I didn't want to do it. I just felt obliged. I'll never do things now that don't feel right. Go with your heart. I did with you. Thank you, Stephen. All right. Right. I've got to go. Wait, Lady Hawk said, my third eye sees the trees are remnants of the Garden of Eden, which covered Pangaea. Yeah, your third eye's insane, and your intuition. This Hans guy from Denmark, exceptional person and decoder. Exceptional. He's on Twitter. I can't remember what his Twitter name is, but maybe Hans can leave it in the comment section. Young lad, Holy Spirit lit within him, phenomenal coder. Loves to share his codes as well. Likes to put his codes out there, which is important. Are you sure in the Knicks versus Jazz? I'm never sure. I just say in the NBA, I'm hardly ever wrong in 2 years. I'm not super confident about it, no. I've had codes where I feel supremely confident. This one, I ain't super confident. The code's not phenomenal if you look at it. It's good. But it's not a game I would go big on. But I do believe the team that I posted to win will likely win. But again, if you do gamble, you don't have to gamble every day. Fulham just won. They were even money. I know that code got posted only about 20 minutes, 25 minutes before the game, but Kenya just messaged me 11:11. So I have to call her. It's 11:11 my time now, as I have 33 likes. I have my waiting at 33. All right, guys, I appreciate you all. All right, let me find that link again quickly. And I'll see if I can put this on my own channel as well. This is where I'm going to be speaking with Mark Atwood. It starts in 49 minutes. So I hope you enjoy it. Take care. Much love. I'm going to call Kenya. I never stop. I thought I was just going to relax. Now I'm going to call Kenya, but that's not a chore, is it? All right. Take care. And please share that link if you can. Cheers, guys. Actually, somebody tell me if the link works before I go. Just tell me that link works, and then I'm off. Thank you, Eric. Cheers, Chigozi. Peace to you. Somebody just say, yeah, the link works. It's only an hour and 20 I'm talking to. It works. All right. Cheers. All right. Take care. Much love. Sub to his channel as well. He has like 50,000 people. So he does great stuff. All right, guys. Bye. God wins. Already won. Woo.